Hello, everyone. It is Blazing Conquerors from GamerFate here with.
Big thick boy McGriddle.
Oh my god. Is this a pyrocynical intro? Okay.
What happened?
Nothing. But, anyways, I bring you guys a discussion video about the answer to the truth. With the answer to with the ultra rare set coming to an end soon, giving us support for all three of these wonderful clans. I'm a bit worried and concerned for the well-being of Extra Deck Booster Set 4. With that being, my worry first basically came from our first reveals for the cards for each of the clans. But then my worry came even more with the new releases of the promos for Genesis, Gear Chronicle, and Great Nature. Each of the effects, they've already been revealed. I'll probably leave a link to each of them down below. But from what I noticed, Great Nature and Genesis didn't seem overall as good as the Gear Chronicle one would be. The Genesis one isn't bad. It's decent at best, I believe. Giving your front row 5,000 power for a counter blast and a soul blast is fine. Stamp, Otter, I don't think they put any effort into this card. It's just the exact same card it was in Standard, I believe. No, in the original. But the Gear Chronicle one seems to revolve around having itself binded, and then you're getting back resources from your drop zone. That concerns me a bit. Because then, moving on to the reveals from the set that we know of so far, Great Nature has two mediocre cards, and I understand they're commons and rares, but when we revealed the stuff from the Ultra Rare set, every single card gave hope to everyone because they were good. Dindrain was good. I believe it was the triple rare or a double rare for Neonectar that revealed the token mechanic, and then Million Ray Pegasus was revealed for Angel Feather. But for Genesis and Great Nature, at best, these cards seem decent. For Cumin is a counterblast one, and you rest her. Then you either get to stand another return a stand rearguard to your hand, or you get to put a card from your drop zone to the deck. So far, what I'm seeing, that means that Genesis is probably either going to get a ton of play skills, and Cumin could just help him reactivate them, or there's going to be a lot of skills that revolve around needing to be soul blasted, and Cumin could help with that. I don't think Cumin is bad, I just think Cumin is pretty undeterminable, since Cumin is so far our only set Genesis reveal. And then when it comes to Great Nature, it's a bit indifferent because Geograph Giant needs to revolve around being an Excel circle, but Silverwolf needs to be revolved around being in the back row, and all they do is gain power. So
I don't understand that either. Like, why you gotta put it in specific places?
Like, I don't think that's what Great Nature needs. I still think Great Nature overall needs resource recycling.
Meaning they just need what they had beforehand. Cards that when they're retired, draw cards equal to it. That's it.
That's fine, and I don't have a problem with that. But I think their biggest need is resource cycling.
Management.
No, they can manage resource well, but they deck out too quickly. So it's like, okay, we have Excel helps them beat the opponent quicker, but it still doesn't help the fact that they need resource recycling.
Yeah.
And then we move on to the Gear Chronicle stuff, and it's like, the Grade 3 already helped us see that Gear Chronicle in Standard still is going to have Grade 4 strides. In Premium, I don't see this really
Which is freaking stupid, because you can just stride at Grade 3 now for no reason. When your opponent's on Grade 2, or no?
No, I think you can go into 4 while your opponent's at 2. From the deck.
So great. I can stride when my opponent's Grade 2. Amazing.
I don't really see much use for the dragon in premium though. Like I understand what its use is in standard, but who? If you go first with it, then you can use it. I guess you can
I
get more
think it's
resources.
like I think it's like my version of Shadow Paladins where I have Claret Sword and fucking and damn it, Dark Dictator. It depends on what turn I go to which cards I want at that point.
And then the other thing that was revealed was a grade 2 that when it attacks, counterblast 1. This unit gets 5,000 power for each grade of your Vanguard, and at the end of the battle, bind this card. Okay, 1.
I'll get into my reasons why I hate this deck later. You got this for now.
Okay, like right now, this card is great in both formats. But to me, the biggest problem with it is Bushiroad seems to be supporting Gear Chronicle to become a greater deck than it already is, even though it doesn't deserve it. Genesis and Great Nature, I'm not saying that they don't need support and they're bad off in premium right now, but the support that's being given seems to be outshined and outclassed by Gear Chronicle support. Something that shouldn't be happening when Gear Chronicle right now is still pretty much meta. Like, the way Gear Chronicle ended was still really good. I take my opponent's
Damn, skip a
resources.
turn, amazing.
I take my opponent's resources and gain better resources. Amazing.
We love Gear Cancer.
Like I don't mind if they give great Gear Chronicle support. It can be good support, but it shouldn't be the only great support you give in the set. I think Great Nature and Gear and Genesis need better support than this. I understand this is the beginning releases for the set. That's perfectly fine. But my biggest worry is that the other two end up being in the dust, and Gear Chronicle just gets all this good support.
Exactly.
Like, if you compare it to the Ultra Rare set, even though Angel Feather's a Protect clan, it got the best Brokener support. Neo Nectar and Gold Paladins are still solid.
Yeah.
And what else? And in this set, we have no Protect clan. So that's even better. So it's like, oh, Protect is just gonna get all the best things. No, we have 2 Force clans and 1 Excel clan. But now it feels like Gear Chronicle is getting the Protect clan treatment.
How many clans have Protect now? Like only like 4 to 5.
I think in total we only have like 7 or 6 to 7 Protect clans. Because they didn't make Link Jokers Protect for some reason.
Good.
That would be too overpowered.
Yeah, exactly.
Um.
Especially with the leaders coming in. No, thank you.
Yep. Like overall, I really do hope that Great Nature and Genesis get better support down the line, and that they're just not given support because they were announced support. Like even in the show, the biggest mystery is who's gonna use these clans. Misaki is not using Genesis. I don't know if Team SIT Genius is gonna appear in the show. And for Gear Chronicle, from my guess, Takuto will be using it since Korin's using Gold Paladins.
Probably.
But what are your thoughts for the Gear Chronicle stuff?
I don't have the. I understand your problem with them compared to like everyone else, like giving other decks good support more than anyone else. I understand that, but to be completely honest with you, that's not my biggest problem with freaking
Gears?
Gear Cancer. My biggest problem with Gear Cancer is that they don't really have an identity of their own, and they just take every single like good ability that other decks have and just mesh it with one. Chrono Jet, I get to attack after I stride, so I can do another grade 2. Kind of sounds like a fucking Dimensional Police players. I get to put cards back in the bottom of the deck. I wonder who that is. I get to fucking prevent my opponent from guarding with these amount of cards that I drive check. I get to skip a turn. Okay, you see, the biggest problem to me with these cards is that they don't have anything that revolves around themselves. The whole banishing effect doesn't really even matter because like the banishing effect is just like the cause, and the effect is whatever they want it to be. So like the grade 2, sure it counterblasts and then you banish a card, sure, but it's like you just get a random good card effect. It doesn't mesh well with anything. It's just generic cards put in a deck and to make you believe that it actually has its own goddamn that it believes it has its own goddamn identity when it doesn't have any identity. Its identity is I banish to get good effects, and it doesn't even depend on the number of stuff I banish. I just have to do it. it it's like I'm not. It's like when I face against this deck, I'm not facing against them. I'm facing against every single freaking cray, every single cray monster in existence. Also, my problem with them getting good support in standard, I'm not like Anderson. You see, if you get good support in premium, you probably shouldn't get that much good support here. Like for Spike Brothers, I wanted them to get good support because they just weren't doing anything as of late anyway. But for something like Oracle Think Tank and however, nah, you should get like decent to bad support. Like it's not fair. And the fact that these cards are not even okay, they're actually pretty good, kind of makes me cringe a little bit because because this deck was just supposed to be okay in freaking standard, and now it's actually like gonna be a contender in premium as soon as they hit a lot of stuff that they need to hit. So my biggest problem, the fact that they give these cards like good cards, like in general, and the fact that there is no type of like identity once it comes to this deck. It's literally just every good deck ever. That's my thing.
Like, for me, another thing I have a problem with is that this set kind of came out of nowhere. Like, at some point, I knew these three clans were gonna have to get support, but the set comes out, like, at a very weird time. In the anime right now, the last episode's gonna air on Saturday. But
This
then,
Saturday, right?
yeah, but then when you look down the line, this is in between the stuff that starts season 2 and the end of season 1. Like, the ultra rare set is understandable because Corrin's coming into the anime soon. But then you look at this set and it's like there's not really any characters using these clans. So the clan kind of comes out of these cards come out of nowhere, and I'm fine with that. But if they're gonna come out of nowhere, I think you need to support them right. Right now, like I said, it's just the beginning stages. But look at the ultra rare set. The ultra rare set started off good, and the clans are all still very good decks. Like Gold's isn't the best deck in the set, but it's still got pretty good support. Ezel is decent at best. Like, I've heard people complain about it. Pelinor's great in premium. The Neo Nectar the token mechanic helps Neo Nectar against things like Link Joker and helps manage hand resource mechanic. And Angel Feather just got stuff. A lot of broken stuff. Like Zerakiel's great.
Great.
Metaltron, great healing. And the hospital, did we really need that? But fine, you have it. Now you have a finisher. How great. Alright, so any final thoughts? Any final words, D'Angelo, before we wrap it up?
Final words?
Yeah.
I hope Gear Chronicle gets worse cards.
Oof.
Because they don't deserve it.
I don't believe so either. But anyways, thank you guys for listening to this discussion video. What do you guys think in the comments below? And
subscribe to Anderson, or I will go to your house and beat your kids.
Don't do that. Don't do that to them. Don't do that to them. They support me. They actually listen to me. I don't know why, but thank you guys. See you around, Zoo.